6:43 this morning, and all of a sudden, there's a lot to talk about in the tropics. In fact, there are three separate systems. One doesn't have a name yet. It's just a little disturbance in the eastern Pacific. Then we have Tropical Storm Flossie and Hurricane Eric, and both of these are going to be needed to watch very closely. First, Eric, because it's the closest to Hawaii, Category 1 hurricane, 80-mile-per-hour sustained winds moving at the west at 17 miles per hour. Now, the good news is today, no models bring Eric right over the islands, but it could get very close. If it hugs the northern edge of this cone, which is a possibility, there could be a lot of rain in the islands. If it stays farther to the south, there may not be that much rain. We do think it'll strengthen a little bit more to a Category 2, but then will be a tropical storm as it probably passes south of the islands. But we're not done just yet. We've got to keep an eye on Flossie. And I tell you what, we're a little more concerned about Flossie now than even Eric, because it's still really far out there. And notice this is a 5-day forecast, so it doesn't include Hawaii. But notice the path is centered right over the islands. There are models bringing this right over the islands. Again, there's still a lot of time for it to change. It could go to the north, could go a little to the south, but there's another opportunity for at least some very heavy rain for the islands and potentially some strong winds, because notice still a Category 1 hurricane, 90-mile-per-hour winds as it closes in. So for the next week, there's going to be lots to watch in the Pacific and potentially beyond the next week as well, depending on what happens with that disturbance off the coast of Mexico. Meanwhile, just a dry, hot day here in the valley. Most of the day is going to be mostly sunny. I think a brief period this morning with partly cloudy skies, but not a lot of cloud cover. Probably a little bit less than yesterday, and that's going to help with the heat up. Not as windy as yesterday either, but it's still going to be a breezy day, which is good because a breeze does help this time of year. I think eventually skies are just going to be clear, helping us get to around 100 degrees this afternoon. And it's going to be a quiet night tonight, but still muggy. So the heat index today, 104. So it is going to feel hotter today than yesterday because our temperatures are higher. The humidity is a little bit lower, but not much. So not feeling that pleasant this afternoon. At least it will be breezy with gusts around 20 miles per hour. Most of the day is going to be mostly sunny, and most of the night is going to be mostly clear. There's a chance for skies to become mostly cloudy very late tonight, but a lot of the night, probably clear to mostly clear skies. Muggy once again, 78, a normal low, 76. Tomorrow looks like maybe it'll be cooler, but I don't think it's going to feel any cooler because I think the humidity is going back up and it's not going to be as breezy as today. Wind's dying down, so the heat index exactly the same, 104. Just a 10% chance for seeing a few showers, mainly in the early afternoon. Best chance near the coast. We'll be right back after this break.